we hear about generational curses. You go for deliverance from generational curses. We need to move our attention from that to creating generational wealth. Or if you feel like you can deal with both. But until your family starts thinking about creating generational wealth, what you're doing is that you're creating generational poverty and generational curses just by not focusing on generational wealth. So you have to come up with how to create generational wealth. And as a lawyer, I tell you to focus on something called estate planning. Estate planning is how you decide in your lifetime that what you have acquired in your lifetime, how it will be managed when you pass on. Most of us, we don't have those plans. Our job is to struggle, acquire. Then because even we don't know the time or the day, we die. And then your children, the law is nobody can possess or acquire property of a deceased person unless you go through the court system. Yeah? So they go to court. Your 4 children, because of what you left and you didn't leave any guidance, are there fighting for what you left behind without instructions. You see? So they are there not agreeing. This one brings an application, the other one brings an application, the other one brings an application. And all those applications must be determined. And how long that takes is another case altogether. Okay? So they're wasting time and energy and money in the court system. Now, as they do that, their relationship is being interfered with. They don't like each other. So normally actually in the African setup, you find now they divide into 2. These 2 siblings think the same, but differently from these 2. And they are fighting. They will never sit together. Then they have children. The children of this side and of this side are not going to meet because, because they're not going to meet anyway. They're not going to have family gatherings. So now, where did you start a family? If you're going to leave this family so divided, so even estate planning includes how you manage your family, how you govern your family, and leadership of the family. And we will be talking more about that. But now they're in court. Eventually, what the court desires for your children is that they agree. Because once they agree, the court will just record a consent. They have agreed A, B, C, D. But your children can sit down and agree, and you know them, so they're your children. When we were little, we would do things at home, and then my mom would ask, who did this? And all of us would say, I'm not the one, I'm not the one. She would say, I know who did it. Nyinyi wote ni wangu, najua who did. Yeah? You can foresee who will be a trouble, who will try and, who is greedy, who will try and do the other. So why don't you come with an estate plan? The purpose of an estate plan, first of all, it will create bonds it will make sure that your children grow closer. They will have to grow closer. I remember watching a program, these programs we watch after news, these Mexican ones. And the owner of a wealthy man had left a will. And he had said he wants all his children to live in the same house for a year before they actually divide that property. By the way, according to that program, by the time the year was over, only 2 of the 8 children were his. You see, it is important to do so. And if you don't come up with an estate plan, why work so hard? Just work kidogo and enjoy the life so that even though you can't go far away outside the country, at least go to Masai Mara, visit the whole country. Use your money to enjoy yourself instead of leaving these cases in court. And then I'm of the view, okay, not even I'm of the view, in my culture or even in English, we say rest in peace. In my culture, we say, when one passes on, we say, you've rested. It's an interpretation, direct interpretation. But I put it to you that as long as you did not have an estate plan and your case is in court, there is no way you can rest. I can't imagine how court cases zinakinda watu here on earth. You're not resting. Now that for purposes of growing stronger families, I also believe we would have stronger marriages if there was an estate plan. There are some people who get married to your children because they know, huyu ni mtoto wa tajiri. You see, not because they love or care for your child. You see, so that will remove that aspect of it. And also, if you don't create an estate plan, by default, what you're creating is generational poverty and curses. You can take that to the bank.